CNN correspondent Sunlen Serfati is live in Greenville. Sunlen, just in the last hour, Trump tweeting that he might sue Cruz over questions about his citizenship. How is the Cruz campaign responding?
Well, Jake, the Cruz campaign is basically trying to downplay this, calling it another Trumper tantrum. You know, Ted Cruz and three other of his Republican candidates are here today to make their pitch directly to evangelical voters at Bob Jones University. Donald Trump is not here, but he's still very much in the mix from afar.
Donald Trump's pledge to stay above the fray in South Carolina, short-lived. Trump blasting rival Ted Cruz on Twitter, writing, quote, "If Ted Cruz doesn't clean up his act, stop cheating and doing negative ads, I have standing to sue him for not being a natural-born citizen." The new offensive coming after showing off a lighter touch last night in Louisiana, even autographing actual babies and suggesting he was ready to go positive.
I won't use foul language. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to. They're all saying, do it, do it. No, I'm not.
But Trump couldn't stay out of the all-out fight breaking out in the South Carolina trenches.
There's nothing conservative about giving money to the Clintons. There's nothing conservative about Donald Trump.
The airwaves plastered with negative ads.
Ted Cruz voted to undermine our national defense and weaken our ability to track terrorists.
The attacks between the candidates flying back and forth with a dizzying pace.
Maybe you should vote for more than just a pretty face next time.
But that ad backfiring on Cruz. His campaign is pulling it off the air after it was revealed that actress is also an adult film star. Cruz's team is refocusing today with a new ad directing fire instead at Hillary Clinton.
Damn, it feels good to be a Clinton.
In a spoof of the movie Office Space.
A server full of secrets ain't no thing.
Many of the candidates today speaking at the conservative Christian Bob Jones University in South Carolina, making a big pitch to woo coveted evangelical voters.
I do not believe that you put your faith in a lockbox when you're in public life and say, well, that's only for my private matters. That's just not, that is totally wrong.
Jockeying over who has the most conservative credentials.
If you disagree with people, for example, on the definition of marriage, they call you a hater and a bigot. Now, what's the next step?
Ted Cruz trying to cast his rivals as out of touch with the conservative base over the Supreme Court's decision legalizing same-sex marriage.
Seeing my two leading competitors in the Republican primary both publicly say following that decision that the decision is the settled law of the land. We must accept it, surrender, and move on. I've got to say, those are word for word the talking points of Barack Obama.
And back on Donald Trump's potential threat of a potential lawsuit against Ted Cruz, the Cruz communications director Rick Tyler saying Trump needs to go back to the timeout chair, think about his choices, adding that's what you do to any 3-year-old. Jake.
Sunlen Serfati in Greenville, thank you so much.